I do believe we're ready to sink the old girl. This thing's going on the bottom of the lake today. We're ready to go. Mayday, mayday, mayday. I do believe we are floating.
We call these brush bundles.
There we go. You can feel the air coming out of them.
Be like a game of bingo until we find it again once it's on the bottom.
Definitely a slow feel. The story out of basically how that boat became abandoned on the lake. Alrighty, we just got the last of the debris out of the boat. I just got the final approval from Fisheries that Arizona Game and Wildlife, they've inspected the boat. We did have some insulation we had to get out of it, a few little things. The Sheriff's Department, they've cut holes in here. They've drilled through the, I think those are fiberglass tanks in the core, it looks like. So that's a fiberglass pod down the middle. And I do believe we're ready to sink the old girl. It almost looks like we're kind of floating right here. I don't know if they've got a tank under it or what they got going, but I know once they bring her back, she's gonna go down in a hurry. But today's the day. Today is the day to sink the ship. Well, it looks like our dive team is getting here. I think they're gonna do a dive exercise for sinking this thing, so I think it's gonna be pretty fun for everybody. But yeah. Till next time, old six cylinder. And it looks like we got low water on the lake today, so that ought to be interesting. Good morning,
Merlin. How are we, sir?
Good. Looks like you're ready to get in the water today.
Yeah, we're gonna
Literally.
hopefully get this bad boy out of here.
Yeah, so she walked through and she said the only thing she had a problem with was the insulation. So I pulled everything that was exposed,
Okay.
and then sealed everything that's
And they were
back
good
in.
with that. Who was it? Like the
Yeah, the lady.
biologist from here?
Yeah, the lady from,
Okay.
and she said everything else she
good with?
approved of. Yeah, the oils in the engine look good. Everything's ready, and
Only
she,
the hippies sign off on it.
yeah, she brought the telehandler over and got the rest of the trash. So, what did you guys do? Were you over here when the holes were drilled?
Yeah. So Chuck Tresher came over here,
Cut a
cut the
hole.
holes so we could, so once it starts sinking, the
Yeah,
water
so
would go
that I didn't realize those were fiberglass.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then, so we're thinking is they're gonna probably cut some more holes up front here, like in the front panels.
It's probably.
Because I guess there's a steel bar or something that runs across the front of this.
Okay.
That's where we're going to attach the bags to.
Okay.
And stuff. The back.
Perfect.
The back might take a while. We're not sure what we're going to do.
So
with
the
rigging.
outdrive, I think, is pretty.
Is it buried?
Well, it's right there on the surface, but we're sitting on the beach now with the low water.
Okay.
And honestly, so I visited this thing here when we had high water.
Yeah.
We had water clear up to here.
Oh Jesus.
So the rear has sunk, and I don't know if you've seen the pontoons how I cut them.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Once you get it back there and you let it sit for a second, it'll take water in a hurry. But I think over time,
these are already probably filled, right?
yes, over time, I think the waves have actually filled these.
Yeah.
And I counted them, every one of them, and when I was cutting, it was a hot day, and I heard air come out of each one of them as I vented it.
Okay.
And then I cut them as low as I could. But yeah, once you get back into waterline, it'll take water
That's
in a
what we're
hurry.
expecting. We're going to put probably 4 bags
Back
below,
here.
just back here somehow. Rig it.
So
Because we're
that
expecting all
bar,
the weight is
so
gonna be
that
here.
bar right there is pretty solid. See
Oh,
that
this
one's,
one?
yeah, that
Comes
one that's
across?
welded in.
Okay.
I mean, obviously these are just going to rip out, but that bar right there, that's pretty rigid. But that
Or even to
outdrive,
the motor itself.
yeah. So
Because that ain't going to go nowhere.
no,
If you did
so
a strap around
I'm
it
sure
maybe
you
or
could go around that. Morning.
How are you this morning?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad. I'll watch your step there, huh?
So this outdrive, I
Yeah.
think we can go around it, obviously, because it's just it's hanging down there.
Okay. Skag is in the sand already, though, so this is all resting on the beach.
I think we're sitting on the beach. I'm quite certain we're sitting on the beach. So
yeah.
Glenn's
Solid.
bringing his big tow truck. I don't know how strong this
Yeah, we were
railing
kinda
system
talking
is,
about that.
but we can go out and could double back to get a little pull.
Yeah.
And if we need to, I guess we can hook a boat on over here. Is Mojave County bringing their big boat over? Yeah.
They're on the way right
Okay. So yeah, I could pull this way. We could pull this way, and I think we can.
Did you bring your boat?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I brought my shorts and my tow truck.
Hey, very good.
That's
all we need.
Lake season's over. I mean, look how beautiful it is out there.
That's nice. Lake season ain't over for people.
Yeah, well, it's not over for you guys.
No.
It's never over for you guys.
You don't go boating in the winter at all?
I don't.
No.
If that water's too cold to be in, I don't want to be on it. That's my rule.
That's prime season for your boat, though. That
I
cold
know.
air.
Yeah, cold, crisp air.
Yeah.
But yeah, Glenn's on his way up. I think I'm gonna need his tow truck though to pull it forward to get that chain off that rock because it's tight.
Is it tight?
Oh, it's
did this
tight.
thing slide back some?
It did.
It?
Yeah, it settled in. But yeah, otherwise it looks good.
What part? Oh, okay. So the insulation. Here
Yeah, the
is what-
insulation around there is what she was worried about. So
Okay, so now it's all clear.
I pulled it all out and piled it up. I don't know where this guy's going, low and slow. Well, we're up here on the roof of this beautiful houseboat, just taking in the beautiful morning view. And she's ready to go down. It ain't gonna be long. Sheriff's Department's here with their dive team. Got Mojave County and San Bernardino County. They're gonna do an exercise. And I'm hoping they can at least make it float again. The rear pontoons are completely full of water, so it's kind of sitting on the beach. Glenn Love is on his way from Everett's Towing with Big Red. And I think this post out here, I think these are strong enough we could go around that with a shiv, come back with a cable. This boat here, I think 600 horsepower, and they could hook it on and actually pull diagonally this way, and I think we can get it floating. But come hell or high water, this thing's going on the bottom of the lake today, guys. And it will be a dive habitat for these guys to do training exercises and anybody who wants to come to Havasu and dive.
No idea.
Down with the ship, Captain. So yeah, a bunch of these guys are going to ride this thing down, so to speak.
You remember that?
That ought to be pretty interesting. We'll probably have a little bit of GoPro footage of that. They're all going to be wearing GoPros. But yeah, we got bags on top. That'll keep it stable this way. They got several bags back there. They got a couple bags up here. The pontoons up here are not quite filled up yet, so they silicone the holes in. They'll just hit those with their knife, and then it'll start to
these are holding, so
take
it's
on
just
water.
the back, I think, left.
So the BLM are here just kind of watching. They've done all the sign-off inspections on it.
We're ready to go.
Yeah,
So,
that says it all. The captain said we're ready to go.
Is he gonna come hop on?
So Glenn's here from Everett's Towing with Big Red. That's probably, I think that's how we're gonna end up getting this off the beach. They think they can pull it with their boats, but I'm kind of worried about this thing being pretty stuck here.
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna have to do, we'll maybe back you alongside here and pull a cable.
Sure.
We'll hook back up here, pull forward, get your chain off.
Yep.
I mean, we're sitting on the beach and we got a couple things against us right now. We're low water,
Oh yeah.
right? So the back end, once I vented the tops of the pontoons,
Yeah.
over those holiday weekends we had, because I think I did it before the 4th of July, and we've had a couple holidays, the big waves, you can see the rust mark on top of the pontoons, it filled those back pontoons with water. Because I came and visited the boat when we had high water, and we had it through the back door.
Oh wow.
Like literally over the engine, completely submerged through the back door, splashing into that back bathroom area. But I don't know how solid this thing is, but we can probably go around it with a shiv, and then their big boats, they can pull that direction and we can work it back once they have their bags on the rear.
Absolutely.
And then that front, they siliconed the holes that I cut back up. They want to cut them bigger so they can just bash them with a hammer.
Yeah.
And then she'll go down. Center pontoons are all vented.
I saw that.
They cut and drilled big holes all the way through, so that looks good.
It's ready. It
Yeah.
wants to sink.
Yeah, no, these I guess these are their bags here, their flotation bags, and it ought to be pretty interesting. So how many bags are you putting on it?
They're gonna try for 4, maybe 6 in the back. 2 up front because all the weight right now.
Right.
Well, I guess we're gonna.
Yeah, because you have, well, honestly, the front I think will float. Those pontoons will float, and you guys siliconed them up. I mean, the only thing you're going to need bags for in the front is to control.
Yep.
You know, once you dig that silicone out.
And we're guessing this thing is going to kind of sink anyway when we start towing it, submarine tow it, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, it's sub-towed all the way over here.
It did.
It's
So
sub-towed all the way
it's just
over.
that back end, we'll see how it starts acting once we get it jumped
Right.
on each.
Well, I'm gonna get some cable stretched out and
Right
post
now
up
we're doing at least 4 big ones. So.
Well, so
But
we'll get a cable
Thing
hooked
is-
on. We're not gonna pull anything till you guys are ready. But we're gonna set the tow truck up alongside this and just come through. That way we can get the chain loose.
It's the only
And
reason I
then
came.
once
Want
you
my chain
guys,
back.
that's why I told Scott. I said he wants his
Chains are
damn chain
expensive.
back.
Chains are expensive.
I found one like that in the middle of the road one day. It was really funny. But I'm like, man, there's a brand new chain. Stop and pick up a brand new chain.
Hell
But yeah, once you guys put your bags on the back, I think it's going to kind of slide off the. I'm hoping it slides off the beach.
Yeah.
But
It'll
with this
sink
low
right here.
water, like we were at least 8-10 inches higher water level when we brought this in here. So
It's going to need some.
yeah, some persuasion.
Oh, we'll get it.
We'll let them Mojave
there's
County,
our boats
let them
are there.
Mojave County sheriff guys show off their big horsepower.
That new horsepower.
Yeah, that new horsepower. Yeah, these guys are working diligently here. They're putting the bags on. So Glenn is rigging up the tow truck. We got to pull the boat back forward, get the chain off. We got to chain to this rock. And then once they have some flotation here, we're gonna pull that thing back a little bit. And then I think it's gonna be kind of a submerged float out to where it's going. And then they'll start easing the bags down and letting it down easy and controlling the descent. So I just gotta say, this clock's been on the wall since we first visited this boat. It has held perfect time. Maybe it'll be like the Titanic and the clock will stop as soon as it hits the water. You can fill 4 bags at a time?
Yeah, we can, but we're only doing one. But we have for the manifold, we can run 4.
So this is probably pretty interesting to take all this off when you're on the bottom of the lake, huh?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit. I mean, it shouldn't be super horrible, but it'll be a little bit, yeah, for sure.
What's your estimate on how deep the water is where it's going to go?
33 feet.
33 feet.
We already sonared and we got a bottom
Yep.
spot in that location. 32, 33 feet.
Hey, is there any metal on that corner?
Hopefully she'll just go down normal. I mean, we're gonna get a little of this, but
Actually,
put
you got
some
the hammer.
stabilization on the roof too.
You get the hammer real quick?
Yep.
So how much will each one of these bags lift?
I think these are thousands each one, so we're gonna have 4,000 pounds of lift on the back.
That's probably about how much it weighs back here.
Oh, I would say that.
Of course, it'll be semi-submerged anyway. We just got to get it skidded back to where the bags are effective.
Yeah, we're trying to get it to just to where it's lifting the ass. There's no nails or anything right now, so good.
It's bubbling, big bubbles.
Huge.
So as soon as I can, I'm gonna go get more bags over at Davey's boat.
Deflate it.
Is it a little hole or a big?
This is a little one.
This is a little hard. Is there one on that side of the road too?
Yeah. There's one below too, dude.
Well, so they're organized chaos there, getting the bags on the rear. Thing should be floating up any second, and we'll be able to get this thing going. Yeah, I don't think that'll. Yeah, I don't think those will hold anything.
Probably not.
We ripped the ropes off towing it here with them. Mayday, mayday, mayday. I'm in Lake Havasu on a houseboat and I'm going down. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Going down with the ship. It's like the sinking of the Titanic here. So John's gonna ride this thing down to the bottom. And he's got all his dive equipment on. He'll be leading all the underwater control chaos and removing all the bags once they get on the bottom. So he's basically engineered all this
Do we have another bag?
back here that's going on. I believe this will stay on the boat to actually maintain flotation. They've got 4 bags here, and I think they're going to put 2 more. I do believe we are floating, just barely. We're just barely floating. So Glenn right now is unhooking the chain. So no, that didn't hold.
Nope. Who rigged that chain?
I don't know, he should be fired.
I'm rigging bags, dude. I didn't rig the chain.
I went around the top part of the pontoons where the rack welded on.
Can't you just hook to that chain?
Yeah,
No.
Dug one side.
this chain.
Just hook to that one since that's the only one we need unhooked.
Yeah, just pull it enough to get this chain off or something.
Shouldn't take a whole lot.
Well, if we're gonna do that, we might as well just try to move the rock.
I was gonna say you almost get dry.
Let's just loop this here,
Yeah. There you go.
and then hook that. Let's try that, Glenn.
There you go. That's good.
And then okay. Obviously that's not hooked very good. Not yet.
Okay.
You're loose. Half inch.
A little more. Okay, you're good. You're good. You can pull it.
So she's officially loose. Back end's officially floating. Now all we got to do is get it in deeper water. The water's really low here today. That kind of is a bummer. If the lake was a little higher. In the fall, the lake here runs generally pretty low. I'll show you. We'll get out here on the end of this dock and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We got lots of sandbars and rock bars. Normally we're up to that gray line on I believe the 440 mark there, 447 mark. So right now, like normally I've jet skied across over here, and I've jet skied across that rock bar right there, and it's usually in a foot of water. So the low lake has basically set this thing on the beach. So hopefully we can pull it loose. I don't know how strong this dock is, but we can go around it if we need to with a tow truck and double winch back. So that's a possibility, to use this dock to pull back against. I know it's all welded together, so hopefully it's strong enough. So they're rigging bags on each side on the top. That's going to be their stability control as it goes down. They'll bleed these out, we'll fill the pontoons, and then those two will stay on all the way to the bottom, and then they'll let those out once it's sitting right side up. So hopefully it doesn't turn upside down underwater, because it'll be really hard to upright it if it does. But if there's any residual air anywhere, it's going to be in those pontoons underneath. So hopefully this will keep it straight. So we're here at the BLM Partners Point brush recycling program, where they're making fish habitats. What do you call these?
We call these brush bundles.
Brush bundles.
And it's material that's donated by landscapers. So we're able to reuse it and keep it out of the landfills, in addition to creating quality nutrients and habitat for fish and aquatic invertebrates.
It's freaking awesome that you guys do this. And how many bundles do you think you put down per week?
Probably 50 in a good week.
So a good week you put down 50 bundles?
Yep, we shoot for
pretty awesome.
800 a year.
So you have it all mapped out where you put them down? You
We
have
do. Do you want to see the map?
places, yeah, let's look at it. You have places that are obviously in dire need.
So we manage, there are 136 coves on the Arizona and California side that we maintain with fish habitat. So they all go in those different coves and different complexes.
Oh wow.
Everything that's labeled is one of our coves that we maintain.
Awesome.
So this is the north side and this is the south side.
So
we are right about here.
So have you been going into that cove where we got the boat out of? It's along here somewhere, right?
I have no idea where the boat came from actually.
It came from right in here. There's a loop around that it was kind of hidden behind.
Okay.
And,
that makes sense in one of the ski
but
coves.
yeah, there's been everybody in the world wanting to get it out of there. It's been there for almost 6 years.
Oh, well.
Lingering. So yeah,
Perfect.
pretty cool. So yeah, thanks for sharing that with us, Rachel.
No problem.
And keep up the good work.
Thanks.
So this is intake.
This is intake, yep. And that's Chad the tree man.
Chad the tree man. So Chad the tree man has been out trimming trees already this morning, and they basically are bringing fresh cut branches to put in the morning. So basically he goes around in his bucket truck and trims these trees, and then he brings the brush, and they have certain times that they're allowed to bring brush, and it's already bundled and roped and everything. You're efficient. So that ought to make some good bundles. So if you need your trees trimmed, Chad the tree man. And Chad just informed me he also has firewood. So need your palm trees trimmed in Havasu, rock and roll. Just like that. Hi everybody, I hope you're enjoying the video of the rescue of the houseboat. I got a quick question. Because it is election time, I'm curious as to who is sponsoring my videos, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Let me know in the comments who is advertising, whose advertising is popping up on your video. Thank you. Alrighty, so we boarded Shipwreck #1 with Chuck here.
Huh? Just waiting on Josh.
All right.
Chuck, how long you been with the Sheriff's Department?
I've been with the Sheriff's Department just about 5 years.
So how long were you with Lake Havasu PD before
I
that?
was just under 14 there, and then 5 in Pittsburgh.
So Pittsburgh, you and
Me and Vinny.
Vinny came out here from Pittsburgh, and Chuck, he ended up being a pretty cool officer because he's a hot rodder.
Oh yeah.
And he's got a bunch of hot rods, and we did a lot of hot rodding together back in the day. So I've known Chuck dang near all of his years here in Havasu, and he is going to hook this 600 horsepower sheriff boat on to see if he can pull this thing off the beach. And it's barely floating in the back end. It's dug in pretty hard. You can see up in the front. It's literally half the boat is in full traction, but they've got
Combat bears combat.
I don't know why we need to write the second though.
they got four bags in the front, 4 in the front, 4 in the rear, 2 on top.
No, we're all gonna get
So
on
once
there.
it
Go that way, Chuck.
once it comes back just a little tiny bit, I think it's gonna float. It's just this outdrive rolling under. I think they've got it clear now. When they lifted this up, they've got one bag leaking there a little bit, you can see. So they've kept the tank on board so that they can manage these bags and keep them charged up. But
Push it, Pat. It's 84 degree water. It's not that cold. It's just 83.7.
it's pretty much go time.
What?
Do you want them to push with the petty boat?
Yes.
Yeah, I think if they can get under that front bar and put just a little bit of lift and pressure, you'll be right back on the bags, and then you'll own it.
Hey, you're on it. All right, go.
I'm pushing.
There we go. He's moving. Boom out. Boom out.
Moving.
I see the water coming out of that pontoon right there. You see that, Chuck?
Oh yeah.
Burping water out of it. Those are full. So from there forward, we're empty. Take it easy. Take it easy. There you go. Looking good, Chuck. Looking good. Yeah, I'd say go easy until we.
Holy shnikes. This baby. Woo! That was a little hairy. So is this whole thing.
It's lisping, but it's always lifts to that side.
Yeah.
Those pontoons on that side were always the worst ones. You saw me coming in with it?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
your boat was...
I couldn't even get out of that cove over there. I didn't think I was going to make the turn. Like, I almost just said, you know, I think I may be over my head, but...
That's why I got behind it with this.
Yes,
with
once you started pushing, we had a little better control.
Oh,
but once we got to the wind here, I lost control. I don't even know how I got it to the beach, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to, once it gets a direction, you just kind of want to hold it.
And let it
once
till
it starts steering, it goes where it wants.
Yeah.
So we got divers on the boat, and it's looking good.
You guys, when we get to the position.
San Bernardino County Sheriff's boat. We got another assist boat, Mojave County Sheriff's. We are well underway. Well underway.
That back corner is not happy. Nope. And it's going down, so we got to move quick. You ready, Dewey? Can I move?
Yeah. So what's going on, Chuck? A little chaos.
We're going to reposition it where we're connected because that back corner is taking on a lot of water, and I want to get it towed from the front. So.
I don't know what we're going to... Looking around the winch. The winch has probably got some bolts through it. Or that clevis.
I don't want to tie it on one side. We don't want to tie it on the one side. We want to try to get it centered as best because it's...
I don't know that you have an option.
Okay, well,
I think if you hook on this corner, Chuck, you'll be okay.
Just hook to the clevis.
It'll tow sideways, but it'll help draft that corner up.
Okay.
But yeah,
Get it unwrapped around the balloon. Bag. There you go.
Dewey, keep that rope away. I'm gonna just do twin stick it.
We're hooked on.
It's all Josh. I only have like 3 feet of slack.
Taking in. Take up slack. Take out slack. Take out slack. It's all on you.
Josh, keep that slack. I can't really do much right here.
It's gonna spin.
You gotta take that spin slow so it doesn't.
I am. I'm barely even. I have one. I'm going 1 mile an hour.
There you go. You're gonna, hey, zip me.
We got 3 divers on the boat. We got one suiting up here for safety.
This top front corner's got the most air, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the ones we kind of need to get filling up first.
Well, if it had to go down, we're in 38 feet, so it's plenty deep.
So this is your. So you're actually reading the ground.
I'm reading
right
the bottom
there.
here. Yeah, so this is down looking, and this is how it looks on the bottom. So you get a pretty flat, clear bottom right here.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna change.
So where are we
it
going?
to-
Are we going around the point to the other side of the Riviera?
Yeah, so we're gonna go off the edge of this the buoy line and the break wall. We're basically gonna do a 90-degree straight out. There's an island over there with 2 palm trees. The area we have is pretty much in the middle of those palm trees, straight off of the break wall, and it's
that's like
about 33 feet.
33 feet.
32, 33 feet. Yeah. So we want to try to get it at that level because that's what we would need it to, because I estimate that top to bottom is at 12 to 13 feet from the bottom of the tube to the very top of the roof. So you figure if you're in 30 feet, you have roughly 15 to 17 feet above it. So nothing will hit it, even if the water's down, which today the water is down, so that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, I'm surprised we got it off the beach as low as the water is today.
Yeah, I actually went.
She was almost high and dry.
She was.
Once we get where he wants us, we'll have him hold, and then we'll start getting out and dropping air out of these bags. Let it go down, and then we'll get the bags off, and if we have to cut the straps, we have to cut the straps. Hopefully the bags don't sink underneath the pontoons. And then we're going to try to pop holes in this side to get this side to go down as well.
So we got some looky lures.
You getting suited up?
People wanting to get in the way, and I just heard we're over halfway. We're still in 38 feet of water. It's lisping pretty hard, but it's I think it's going to sink fairly level once we get water in these pontoons on this side.
Shallow spot.
So yeah, it comes up. You can see it. We're at 20 feet right now, and it's getting shallower.
Yeah,
There's a sand hill, and then it drops. It's just right here. When we get, so you can see that island. Those 2 big palm trees. We want to be in between them, about off the edge of that wall. So we're getting close.
Yeah. So we're within a quarter mile of landing.
Maybe even less.
So basically off the point of this, they've created a dive habitat in here, and this is contact point, they call it, and the sheriffs from both sides, Lake Havasu PD, they all do dive training right here. So it's a pretty cool spot, and it's pretty cool that this houseboat will be down there with a few other obstacles. So pretty cool thing we've got going here to get this on the bottom.
I think we could probably, you could probably just unhook and go behind it and just push it to where you want it to sink at.
Do you want to try to
Unhook it!
unhook?
Unhook the boat.
Jack,
Yes!
if we unhook it before we start to get it to go down, this thing could end up floating.
gonna have the nose of this boat to push you around.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you.
Well, do you feel better now that that's unhooked from you?
Oh yeah, I feel a lot better. Oh yeah! Can I get a oh yeah? Got it. Let's do this.
So now they're gonna break this.
On the bottom.
They're gonna break this silicone loose, and they'll start filling this. I think this pontoon section here is the only thing
It's hot
left.
out.
Woo!
So once they get a little bit of water going into these pontoons, it'll be level, and they'll have control, and they'll use their bags to slowly descend it to its watery grave.
Actually, you're not in a bad spot, Chuck. I know.
Yeah, I'd say hold still and.
You pushing it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna touch it. Yeah.
Where's the sledgehammer?
Hey, Pat, come over here, please.
Let me get through you. Put a bag on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to get one under here and just bring this up a little bit, and that corner will sink.
Put it under, well, you could just put it underneath the dam.
Yeah, just under this bar back here, in between the pontoons.
It's on. Boys, I can't, I don't have, it's gonna smush. I can't do anything about it. I don't want to put it in gear.
I can, hey, Chuck, I can tie up here and go slight reverse if you need.
You want to try to squeeze some in? They got to get a hole in them.
Nightmare.
Chaos. Here you go.
It's on.
How much water's in this system?
It pumps straight from the water.
Nice.
So it's
I wonder if we ought to move up there and
Okay. It's caught on everything.
You guys put simple rain in it to get it started?
no.
No.
No, we just filled it with water and ran it.
Got it locked up.
No, it never quit. I ran 2 gallons of gas out of it and it never quit. Like, we thoroughly flushed it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I didn't have any more gas or we'd have kept running.
Just a straight 6
Yeah,
Chevy, right?
yeah, 256 cylinder. Yeah, it's a tough old motor, I'll tell you.
How do you like gas?
They roll truck motors for
Yeah.
truck engines.
We're gonna start letting air out of this. I would say start deflating this side of these bags a little too.
It'd actually be, you know, if you could put another bag on the other side and kind of roll it over this way a little to get this pontoon to go down a little.
Yeah. Yeah, those aren't even in the water.
Yeah, because we
We
need
need
to.
these. We need air out of these bags.
Stay to your left. Stay away from us, please.
It's almost like they need to put another bag over here, kind of lift this up and roll it to get that pontoon in. And then I think they're still going to have to cut the silicone on this side to get it to start venting. I don't even see any bubbles on these front ones, so they're still holding.
If I just keep
We're 32 foot,
Yeah.
pretty flat on the bottom.
Yeah, if you look
So
at
what-
the bottom, it's picking.
Yeah, what goes up right here? There's a little sandbar that comes off the point
Yeah,
or
it
something?
goes up a little further up here, and it's only like 23 feet. So we're kind of in a valley,
Yeah.
but it's a long, flat basin in the valley. So right where she's at is where we need it to go down.
So you say there's an airplane and a van down here somewhere?
There is a van, like, see that turquoise bimini on that boat?
Yep.
Straight out, straight, like if we went straight ahead 100 yards, there's a van. And then there's another boat, like right over here. It's an old ski boat with a ski tower upside down, like this, that's been down for a long time. And then there's another boat right over here. It's in like a really weird valley. So right in this little vicinity, there's a handful of...
all kinds of good stuff on the bottom of this lake.
And this thing is going to be a fantastic training platform. We're going to have...
Yeah, it's got a lot of acreage.
We're putting bodies in there. We're going to do simulated rescues. We're going to do it in complete blackouts where you got to go through all blacked out with just feeling. Feel your way through. It's going to be really good to put divers through a test.
Yeah, it'll...
Yeah, I'm
test the strong and the weak for sure.
A little bit past it goes up to like 22. Okay. So I'm just trying to keep it straight. Like, it's hard. The problem is we got a lot of air in that front corner.
Very slow.
Very slow.
Yeah, it's slow, but it's working.
What's not working?
Through it. Gotta exit it. Trying to hit it with a sledgehammer to open it up. Ain't working.
The wood.
Where's that? Or the...
All the tools are on Bacon's boat.
Bacon!
That long.
Reach into here, you go that center.
So the center pontoons, the holes are only in the top?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Does it look like it's coming down?
It is. It's slow, but it's coming down. Yeah, we were well above the water line all the way back, and we're down to the water line now.
With the hammer too.
What?
I can't.
This front pontoon right here, we need to vent it right here.
Man, you got that pry bar?
That's that front pontoon right there. Put that water hose in that one. That's the whole front right there. You can feel the air coming out of them.
We could just leave it adrift and it'd be like a game of bingo until we find it again once it's on bottom.
This thing will be down against the dam in a week.
Oh yeah.
Somebody will be trying to recover it and live on it. It's not getting any closer, is it?
3-4-22.
Yeah, I can still see the water level. Yeah, I can see the water level in all these, and they're not doing much. So what he's doing is bringing it down.
Is it?
Yeah. It's slow. It's just as slow as can be, but we could fill these three up in the middle right here. I think we'd level out. Yeah, I think we would level out. Well, the good thing is if it does go down, Chuck, this pontoon will go under. Then it'll kind of level off.
What's the depth, Marlin?
33.7. Plenty. Pick that thing up and roost it. The whole side of the boat, it don't matter. There you go. Waves. It's already starting to roll more level. Yep. Nice job on cutting those holes, Chuck. That was tough. Give it a little roost there, Chuck. Just a little. There you go. There you go. Every one of those is just taking on water. Now see that, Chuck? As the lower ones, yeah, I know, but as the lower ones get in there, that'll start to fill.
Yeah.
We just need to keep getting water and keep getting them. Once them hit the water, it's gone.
Yeah. Well, look, two of them are right there.
Yeah, exactly. They're ready to just start taking it on. So our center sponson's obviously sunk now. We just need to get these filling. There you go. That's perfect. As those fill up, they'll just continue to take. They're all at different heights. Honestly, that pulling forward and backing up is making big waves.
But look at how much that tune's filling right here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, look at it coming out the top.
Yeah.
It's going. Hey, it's going.
Well, hopefully your top bags will do what you said and kind of control its descent to keep it level.
I'm gonna try and get that.
You got a diver right here. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh boy, that's not good. I'll grab it.
We're not going to get direct TV now.
Unless we got the underwater version.
He wants them, whatever. He can release the strap underneath and they can pop.
Hang on.
Hey John, if you need those side bags off, just release the ratchet and they'll pop.
Okay.
She's going down, Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Little by little.
Do it again. There you are. Got it. Do it again. Do it again.
This is funny. Oh, it's starting to sink though. I think that roof's going to take a minute to fill up because it's got pockets in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to have to be kind of level to fill up.
We should have drilled a bunch of holes in it.
I know. I was thinking about that, and it probably more in the top than anything, just to let
right
the
through
air
the top,
out.
just go up, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Just if we took like a 2-inch hole saw, burr, burr, burr.
Yeah, because that roof was sealed, so
Yeah.
there's no real good escape.
Yeah, it's gonna take a minute.
Yeah. The only way it can really escape is around the vents, the hole, and where I cut the AC out.
Hey, the good thing.
No, it's fine, I guess. It's just not ideal.
That's
What
a
do you
bit.
want it? More that way? Oh,
Both, right?
can we? I could try, but
That's the biggest surfboard you've ever rode.
Yeah.
Hey, we're only in 30 feet of water, so if it goes down.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow feel. So there's still bubbles. I see bubbles coming.
Yeah, that's that, like right here behind you.
Yeah,
That's
that
not a
center
diver,
pon-
that's
center sponson.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of bubbles over here now too.
Yeah. It's just gonna be a.
Yeah, see all these bubbles right here, Chuck?
yeah.
You know, I think it's pretty awesome. If you ever rent a houseboat, just get on top of it and stay there.
You won't sink.
You got hours.
Yeah.
They'll find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, look all around him. He's got bubbles.
Still burping too.
There's still a bug coming out right here.
Yeah. That corner's still bubbling. This is bubbling.
The only thing I'm worried about is as it continues to slowly go down, we're going to continue to slowly go that way. You see what I'm saying? So we'll put an anchor on it.
The 70s, I guess.
It is hanging on.
I'm gonna run over to the contact point and get all these bags off here.
Can you push this over?
You want me to pitch the anchor and then hand it to you?
No.
So you want to put them in position so they can tie an anchor on? Need to push them a little bit further so the line will lay right.
Ditch that box anchor and then give us the rope. And then
Of course, they're actually pretty close to where they need to be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it. I think position-wise,
Yeah.
it just needs to turn.
You almost threw that anchor in without it being on the chain?
No, I did. Remember, you helped me search for it?
Dude.
Did you throw it in without a rope one day?
that?
You threw it in without a rope one day?
Yep. I remember that. I literally grabbed the anchor, because on Joey and my boat,
And it wasn't tied off?
on our boat, it was always tied off. So I rode on Kyler's boat.
Again.
I'm like, oh, here. And I watched the chain wiggle. I was like, oh my gosh.
Remember that day?
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck was with me on the boat.
I was like, oh, you did not just do that.
Literally just went like this, and I watched the chain flap. I was like, hey,
Ain't much you can do at that point.
yeah.
Send your friends out to go get it.
That's
I
right.
went with you. I searched with you.
Somebody needs a mask.
Yeah.
We had to leave Copper Canyon.
Yeah, while we're searching for it, there's a huge boat fire comes out, so we have to leave. The next day I go out with him to try to find it.
But you did find it.
So, yeah.
You
it's
did
that
find
one.
it.
It's that anchor.
Oh.
What was that exact
That's the
anchor?
famous
That was
anchor.
like the
The
first
anchor.
one we got from Ryan.
Yeah, it was a bad day.
I have a
They're gonna put this thing in.
personal connection with that anchor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slow.
So the boat is taking its sweet time to sink. So they're going to put a box anchor on it up here.
you get
They've
one
got
more
it in
boat
pretty
leg,
much
drop that
position
anchor,
where they
raise the
want
line,
it,
bro.
but you can still see these little bubbles. There's still bubbles coming out of this side right here and a little bit here.
My boat is 32.6.
Oh, that's perfect, dude.
So we're right at 32 feet, and it's right where we wanted it off this big tree.
Yeah, if we can get this anchor set real
So
quick.
once they get the anchor set on it, they'll just leave it and it'll gradually sink. And then they'll come and check the position and everything and retrieve their anchor.
It's not that cool.
Well, so just like the Titanic, this thing broke in half. So
John
we're
wants
gonna
a pickaxe. Do we have any
peel
on the
this
boat?
through. Yeah. Well, Chuck, it was a crazy day.
It was wild.
It's on the bottom.
Somehow, some way.
So you'll get me video of the dive habitat in use, and
Oh yeah.
we'll be good to go.
Some good video. And do some training on it and send you some of that too.
Yeah, we're good. It's just dummy lock. Cool. Well, it's another beautiful day in Havasu, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the houseboat rescue, recovery, whatever you want to call it. So when we first went and looked at that boat, we put the first episode out. One of my fans reached out to me. His name's Clifford Craig. Owns a painting company here in Havasu, paints houses. And he said that was his father's boat. And I got on the phone with him and got most of the story out of basically how that boat became abandoned on the lake. We'll share some pictures with you as I'm telling you this. But essentially, Kerry Kevin Clifford was his father. Navy man, just like my grandfather. So, Kerry Kevin Clifford, it was his dream to live on a houseboat. I don't know if it was particularly Lake Havasu, but he lived in Lake Havasu. So him and his friend Ted Ames, they restored that boat up here on Countryshire over several years, I'm sure, because you can tell they put a lot of work into the boat once upon a time. And they put it on the water and he lived on it for several years. What happened was he started to have heart trouble, and I'm pretty sure he put the registration, or the registration was finagled into his girlfriend's name. So he had some heart trouble on the boat. He went over to check on his dad, made the 911 call. Emergency responders basically went over and got him and took him off the boat. And from my understanding, he passed away. Not sure exactly when, but at that point, the boat, it was no longer possession of the Craig family. So the girlfriend did not maintain nor, register or move the boat. It basically turned into a dumping spot, it looked like, from when we showed up. It was completely in shambles. The Craig family fought very hard to gain ownership of that boat because it was their father's boat. It was their father's dream. And they had a lot of family parties and a lot of fun on that boat. They were unable to get the boat, so it became property of the state, and the Bureau of Land Management and Arizona Game and Fish, California's Waterways, San Bernardino County Sheriff, because it was tied on the California side of the lake. They had to remove that boat. So we got involved through Everett's Towing. Everett's Towing took the contract to remove it from the lake. Because it was such a big boat, we decided not to remove it from the lake. And me and Glenn Everett and Mark from Everett's Towing, we got together and we made the ultimate decision. If we could gain ownership, we would donate it to turn it into basically a dive habitat, because both of our law enforcement agencies, including Havasu PD, Mojave County Sheriffs, and San Bernardino County Sheriffs, they do dive training here. And it's dive training to recover bodies, because a lot of people die and get hurt on this lake. And the dive teams are first responders to try to find people that have fallen off boats and all those sorts of things. And there's a lot of boating accidents where boats will wreck and they go right to the bottom and they have to do these recoveries. So it's a great training facility. And they're putting together a dive park here on Lake Havasu. So it was perfect timing, and it was the best thing to do with the boat. So that's when we made the ultimate decision to not remove it from the lake, not try to sell it or transfer ownership, just to donate it to the BLM, San Bernardino County Sheriffs, and Mojave County Sheriffs, also Lake Havasu PD, to use for dive training. And it's open to free diving. You can go dive the thing if you know where it's at. In the end, it was the best thing for the boat, knowing that Mr. Craig was a Navy man, and he probably, if his family couldn't get a hold of it, he probably wouldn't want it any other way other than resting on the bottom of Lake Havasu for the rest of its life. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the people in Mojave County Sheriffs, San Bernardino County Sheriffs, the Bureau of Land Management, Arizona Game and Fish, and a special thank you to Glenn and Mark at Everett's Towing for making all this happen, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.